years of too much rain coming down too fast. It's a problem that's just too much. Ahead, who's at greatest risk for flooding rain again today?
Then a deep dive beneath the clouds to show you not just what fuels tornadoes, but why the Tornado Alley is such a magnet for them. And it's one way we show you how amazing it is out there.
And if you're headed to the beach this Memorial Day weekend, you want the sun, you want the sand and the surf, right? Well, ahead, the other S word that could spoil your holiday weekend plans. Thank you so much for joining us for Weather Center Live. I'm Vivian Brown.
Is that other S word a swear word?
Oh, I don't think so. We don't swear on the Weather Channel.
Hi, everybody. I was about to say hi, y'all. All right, we are here in Atlanta. I'm meteorologist Alexandra Steele, and it, of course, is Friday, Memorial Day week, kicking off in just a few hours for you.
Just a few hours. The countdown is on.
What's
the other S word, I know.
All show, no go.
The other S word that we're talking about, actually, it's two S words, and we're talking about storms and soaking rains.
All righty, I got you. Okay. Well, in Wichita Falls, Texas, residents too talking about those same two S words and maybe a third. Residents are preparing for more of the latter, of course. Heavy rain triggering the flooding that drove residents, of course, from their homes yesterday. We showed you the stunning video. All right, especially when you consider, of course, the area in a bad drought, believe it or not just that long ago. Now the area has gotten swamped, and this won't be the last time either. Residents are filling sandbags, using them to stop future flooding, of which there will be. Other Texas communities have struggled with the same challenge, and we've seen the first 20-inch rainfall totals this month alone in Texas and Oklahoma. With more on the heavy rain and the threat, here's Viv.
I know, Alexandra, this is just deja vu of the worst kind. Can we stop with the rain, okay? Look at how much we've had already now since the beginning of the month. I mean, it seems as though May has not been kind for us, right? We think about April showers bringing May flowers, but we're getting even more showers in May than we did in April. Look at this. Over the southern parts of Oklahoma, northern Texas, right along the Red River, over a foot to a foot and a half of rain has already fallen so far this month. And unfortunately, the scenario calls for more rain. Now, Wichita Falls, Texas is just one area that we want to really give you a comparison, okay? Because in the year of 2011, we were the driest on record because for the whole year, we only picked up a little less than 13 inches. But so far this month, again, in the Wichita Falls area, about a foot and a half of rain. And look at this, the Wichita River, we're still watching it very carefully because it did crest today at just a little bit below the record crest flood stage of 24.4 feet. So, oh my goodness, it will never end. Even in Dallas. Now, so far we've had 21 and a half of rain, and all of this year, again, we've had so much in the Dallas area, and again, this pattern just continues across the region, so that means more moisture being pulled into Texas, Oklahoma, and right in the middle of the country. Back to you, Alex.
Oh, well, you know, speaking of Dallas, a river flood warning remains in effect for you as you brace again for more storms and rain this Memorial Day holiday. Our Mike Seidel is along the banks of the Trinity River with the latest on the continuing flood threat there. Mike?
More heavy rain and flash flooding on the way for parts of Texas and Oklahoma for the Memorial Day weekend. Here in Dallas, we're watching the Trinity River, which is in minor flood stage. And what does that mean? Well, here downtown, it means the water has come up towards the hill here about 100 yards. This is the floodplain. Out at the tree, there's a running and jogging path. That's been shut down since earlier this week when the river started to come up with the heavier rains. Already, Dallas has had about 7 inches of rain alone in May, and the water has encroached up about 100 yards. It's flowing from left to right. Trinity River expected to crest sometime on Saturday and come up right now, forecast about another foot and a half. It's a lot worse out in Wichita Falls, Texas, 140 miles northwest of here. Take a look. They were sandbagging yesterday, some evacuations in town as they watched the Wichita River. That's expected to crest later on tonight or early Saturday morning. But the good news is the forecast crests now about a foot lower than it was yesterday. But still, this could impact homes and neighborhoods in Wichita Falls, Texas. Also in Oklahoma, some roads are still shut down and the forecast is not good. More heavy rain, more flash flooding as we have flash flood watches up right on through Monday morning for Wichita Falls. Here in Dallas, the flash flood watch kicks in tomorrow afternoon through Sunday night. Some areas could pick up 3, 4, maybe 5 more inches of rain on this saturated ground. I'm Weather Channel meteorologist Mike Seidel on the Trinity River in downtown Dallas.
All right, Mike, thank you so much. You know, and just getting word, National Weather Service coming out today, talking about areas of Texas, saying the flood threat there. Of course, we've seen such flooding, but it really could last for another 6 weeks with that runoff that we've seen. All right, so the severe threat throughout Oklahoma and Texas, of course, through the holiday weekend as well. All right, I want to give you a big perspective. This is the enhanced satellite picture. This area of low pressure is really where all the juice is, but there's 3 areas we're watching. Here's one, that area of low pressure. There's another area of low pressure here, and then, of course, in Texas, right along the Gulf Coast, that's where storms are firing as well. So let's hone on in. Here are the ingredients. Of course, all this Gulf moisture, you know, we've seen it time and time again. Warm front, the dry line, that's where things will fire up this afternoon. And back there, a cold core system in Colorado. So here are the ingredients, and we've got them. Here's the forecast, of course, for severe weather today. Isolated tornadoes, the same area of concern we've seen. Denver, really through this area of the country, it'll be more later this afternoon and this evening. Here, a Torcon for today in West Texas and eastern New Mexico with 3. You know what that means? A 30% chance of seeing a tornado within a 50-mile radius. Of course, the Torcon threat really a 3. It's not a 7, but certainly you have to be mindful because any of these storms do have the capability of forming a tornado. Here's where all that lightning is, right along the Red River, and of course, Texas and Oklahoma, where we've seen so much rain. The storms continue to come. All right, here's the line. You can see area of low pressure here. This is all east of Denver. This is where we're seeing some showers and storms. You can see it through Kansas, dropping through Oklahoma City, and of course, with more rain expected 3 to 5 inches just in the next couple of days. Of course, this flooding that we've seen constantly will continue, and the runoff is what we're going to get from it, right, Viv?
All right, that is certainly the case, Alexandra, unfortunately. So, will the storms affect your Memorial Day plans? More on that weather challenge is on the way. Plus, a dog struggles in waters gone wild, and police pull it to safety. What happens next? We'll show you the extraordinary steps they took to save the little pooch. And here is a look at the flood watches that remain in effect. Again, it covers much of the Red River there from Oklahoma into northern Texas. We'll be right back.
High-performance car, but you're still wearing your indoor eyeglasses in the glare of the sun? Experience Experio UV, superior polarized sun lenses, and experience the difference. High-tech skis, and you're not wearing Experio UV on the slopes? They eliminate 100% of blinding reflective glare and offer the maximum UV protection. Think the view can't get any better than this? Ask for Experio UV, superior polarized sun lenses in your prescription for the best vision under the sun.
Get $90 back combining Crizal, Verilux, and Transitions and a second pair with Experio UV.
How about over there?
What does it mean to have an unlimited mileage warranty on a certified pre-owned Mercedes-Benz? What does it mean to drive as far as you want for up to 3 years and be covered? It means your odometer is there to record the memories. During the Mercedes-Benz Certified Pre-Owned Sales event now through June 1st, you'll get complimentary prepaid maintenance and receive your first 2 months payments on us, only at your authorized Mercedes-Benz dealer.
Life is a journey. There's a starting point and an ending point. Between these 2 points, we sometimes lose our way. Until the day comes when our travels bring us full circle, returning us to the place where it all started, reminding us why we're on this journey to begin with. Find something more in Illinois.
Glad you're with us right here on AMHQ, the whole team.
Right, either go all in or just tap out.
Here we go. I told you, we're going to bust out of this drought.
As we say, keep watching with us this morning because we're all watching history happen together.
Currently in our area, 87 degrees, under partly cloudy skies. Today, sun and clouds mixed. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 89. Tonight, partly cloudy, low 77. Winds southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Saturday, sunshine and clouds mixed. A stray thunderstorm is possible. High 86. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Weather Channel's most watched original program,
and it just hit us,
is back.
This is just the beginning of what's to come.
Devour food that's good for you. The same way you devour food that's not good for you.
Wet Willie's what they called him on the street. Rogue hoses, rain, and juicy llamas. Soaked his pants waist to feet. Duluth Dry on the Fly pants saved the day. All that water got wicked right away. He goes by Bill today. Duluth Dry on the Fly pants. Unwet your pants. Get a pair. Only at DuluthTrading.com.
Let's make an entrance. Let's go against the grain. This way, that way, even up that way. Let's review this, workshop that. Let's save, and then let's get down to it. Let's make your home feel like this, and make you feel like this. Let's do this.
Marazzi Montagna wood look tile flooring is now just $1.99 a square foot. The Home Depot, more saving, more doing.
And welcome back. Let's take a look now at the most active weather we have, of course. Here's the big picture once again. 3 areas, really 3 hot spots. One, this is where a lot of the energy is, this upper level low. Over here, an area of low pressure, we're watching more of a cold core system. The stationary front right along the bend of Texas is where we're seeing some active weather as well. So rain, boy, have we seen it. Dallas picking up 7 inches of rain for the month so far. Give you some perspective. All year long, San Francisco has only had 3. So an incredible amount of rain. The rain continues to come, Viv, and we continue to get more water.
Oh, yeah, talk about it. The way storms can bubble up so quickly on the way, or even rain can fall over the same places again and again and again. It's like a train rolling over the same track, right? It's just amazing. But believe it or not, we aren't the only ones struggling with too much water.
All right, well, we showed you this incredible video out of Colombia yesterday, but we weren't really able to tell you the whole story. Now we know it. All right, a dog struggling in this wild water. You know, 6 inches of flowing water can knock you off your feet. So can you imagine a dog? So this is the swift current bobbing the dog. He's taken to the shoreline, given mouth to mouth, and into this raging river and resuscitated.
All right, take a look now, because one police officer manages to get into that water and grab the dog. It looks like he almost loses his footing, but he grabs a sharp rock and steadies himself against the current. And with the help of other officers, he's able to hand the pup to another officer who eventually carries him back to shore. ...
And then the drama continues. 2 officers take extraordinary measures, to save the dog. One gives them mouth to mouth. The other officer comforts the dog, and they eventually move the dog to a truck and give it an IV.
Okay, looks good, doesn't it? You know, we're told the dog is well after this incredible ordeal, and I know he is.
And you know, the water that we've seen, can you, this, look, yeah. See, just the power of this water. I mean, just 12 inches of water can float your car and move your vehicle. So pets, just some of the victims. Obviously, we could be victims as well with this powerful raging water. All right, so victims, of course, pets, animals, and of course we are as well. And an amazing rescue from the rubble of a tornado of a pet. The First Response Team of America does what it can to help people all over the planet.
Yeah, and another way to show you that it's amazing out there, of course, the variety of activities on the way for Memorial Day weekend. Maybe you're heading to the beaches, on some of the magnificent shores across the country, grilling out with the family, or even hitting the slopes, all the while remembering those who serve to keep our shores and country safe. You need to know, though, if the weather will cooperate with your plans. So let's see if it will. Here's a look at the forecast as we check on this Memorial Day holiday. And you can see that we have some pretty decent conditions on the way as as we're expecting nice weather for a good part of the eastern seaboard and the west too, but it's mainly in the middle of the country that we'll find the bulk of those showers and storms. And again, unfortunately, this is the area that has already picked up very heavy amounts of rain and the stormy pattern. So as we look at tomorrow, Saturday's forecast, again, the bulk of the green is painted right here in Texas, all the way into the Dakotas. So we're looking at the chance of the showers and the storms across this region. And again, that's where you'll need to make sure that you keep the umbrella handy and then just watch for rising waters, in particular over Texas and Oklahoma. But look for you, Chicago and New York City down to Charlotte, North Carolina, absolutely scrumptious weather. I hope you are able to get out and really enjoy as we remember those who paid the ultimate price for our country. Here's a look at Memorial Day, because we're still looking in the middle of the country, maybe pushing a little bit to the east, because on Memorial Day, Chicago, there's a chance of an afternoon thunder shower. The temperature, though, staying pretty nice, only in the middle 70s. Back to you, Alex.
All right, so dramatic weather here, but dramatic weather playing out all across the globe as well. We'll show you coming up. And cleaning up after an environmental nightmare, why experts say it's the worst the region's seen in 46 years.
Shopping for the family used to cause a lot of stress between me and my budget. But thanks to Fingerhut, we have found our happy place.
Life is definitely sweeter.
Click on over to fingerhut.com and get the credit you deserve to get all kinds of great stuff for the family.
To you, they're more than just a pet, so protect them with Canine Advantix 2. Its broad spectrum protection kills fleas, ticks, and mosquitoes too. Canine Advantix 2, for the love of dog.
Think fixing your windshield's a big hassle? Not with Safelite. Just go to safelite.com. Tell us where and when you need us, and we'll come fix it right away. With Safelite, it's that easy. That's another Safelite advantage.
Safelite repair, Safelite replace.
Are you missing out on life because you're putting off neck or back surgery? Call Laser Spine Institute, the leader in minimally invasive spine surgery, to learn how a less than 1-inch incision can have you up and walking within a few hours of surgery, free from chronic back pain, and with no hospital stay and no lengthy recovery. If you or a loved one have been diagnosed with spinal stenosis, bulging or herniated disc, sciatica, or other chronic conditions, call today for your MRI review.
When you're in that much pain and you live on painkillers, you really don't have quality of life. I feel like Laser Spine Institute was an answer to prayer. It's just the heavens had opened up, and it was like, I can live again.
If you've been told you might need neck or back surgery, call 1-855-401-BACK for your MRI review.
Laser Spine Institute, a less than 1-inch incision, a lifetime of standing tall.
Time to sweat, boys. Big time. Let's get this thing right. This is my one shot.
I have made fire!
Fat Guys in the Woods. The new season starts June 7th, only on the Weather Channel.
Looks like the Garcia's got a new car.
What'd they get?
I don't know. But it's pretty nice. Maybe he got a raise.
Good for him.
Good for her.
The expectation-shattering Buick Enclave.
Now current lessees, switch to Buick and lease this 2015 Enclave for around $291 a month with just $291 due at signing.
As former firemen, we learned the key to doing a great job was to work well together.
It's also the key to making a great sandwich.
Take our turkey bacon ranch sub, piled high with smoked turkey breast, sharp cheddar cheese, creamy peppercorn ranch, then topped with bacon.
Or try our Hook and Ladder Light. Starts at just $5.49. Like all our subs, a perfect balance of ingredients working well together.
If only you and your barber could work so well together.
At least I still need one.
Please.
Firehouse Subs, founded by firemen.
It was right on top of us. And then it hit. And you took it to the edge. Didn't give up.
Currently in our area, 88 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, sun and clouds mixed. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 89. Tonight, partly cloudy. Low 77. Winds southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Saturday, sunshine and clouds mixed. A stray thunderstorm is possible. High 86. Here's our 7-day outlook.
To show you how it is amazing out there.
And here are some great examples to show you what we mean. Now, the flooding in South Texas has been so bad that some people have just had to improvise from getting from point A to point B the best they can. These people kayaking and paddle boating at an intersection in Corpus Christi, Texas. Now, this has been the city's wettest May on record.
And it's not just Texas, it's Chickasha, Oklahoma. One driver there broke out the jet ski to take a ride around the flooded intersection. Rain has drenched the area this week. More rain, unfortunately, ahead for the weekend. That means more flooding is possible. Remember, don't drive through these floodwaters. You just don't know how deep it is or what's under that water.
But you know what, Alexandra, I have something better than that. This is perhaps the most amazing flood video of the week. This is out of the country of Turkey. And just look at this. Now, in the city of Izmir, the flood waters rushing down the street are strong enough to make cars float. That's one thing, but then they're crashing into each other. Just amazing. Now, the sad thing about this is that critics say that well-placed gutters could have prevented this flooding.
Well, you know, we know 6 inches of floating water can move you and I 2 feet afloat. Look at the ravaging rivers, you know. 2 feet can float a car. And we certainly saw that.
That is definitely amazing. Now, among the Santa Barbara, California coast, another tragedy that has cleanup crews working around the clock.
Yeah, what they're doing is trying to get 9 miles of coastline back to normal. Remember this story, 3 days, a pipe burst, leaked thousands of gallons of crude oil into the Pacific. Weather Channel's Dave Malkoff now has more on the story.
Cleaning crude oil off the Santa Barbara, California coastline is hard labor. It's emotional, too.
Everything's either dead, gone, and a mess. It's just miles and miles of oil.
This is normally a pristine beach. That was before an onshore pipeline owned by Plains All American burst. A federal report says in the last 9 years, the Texas-based company spilled more than 16,000 gross barrels of hazardous liquids in 175 incidents, causing nearly $24 million in property damage.
We're committed to the thorough cleanup of this accident.
Linda Kropp at the Environmental Defense Center says it's far too soon to tell how bad this is here in a biologically diverse area where whales migrate through every year.
You know, I know everybody says there's no good place for an oil spill, but this is one of the worst places to have an oil spill.
As bad as the situation there is, and that is a bad situation, oil spill experts I've been talking to tell me there are 2 spots on the earth where you definitely don't want to have an oil spill because of the way they mix with weather. The first one is right here between the north end of Scotland and the Shetland Islands. The weather patterns you have right here make it very crazy to clean up an oil spill. The second one is all the way down at the bottom of Africa. This is South Africa. This is Cape Town. This bay right here, if you have an oil spill there, it's bad news because of the currents.
This is a lesson we should have learned in 1969.
You see, back in 69, a much more disastrous oil spill devastated the coastline. That one was actually offshore and spilled 4.2 million gallons of oil into the Pacific, reaching some 300 miles of beach. This spill, by comparison, stretches just 9 miles. If there's any good news here, cleanup will be easier in California. It's not hurricane prone, it didn't happen underwater, and relatively speaking, weather is fairly forgiving here on the California coast. Dave Malkoff, the Weather Channel.
All right, thanks very much, Dave. Now, from the coastal mop-up to the threat of storms.
And we're doing more than just tracking them. We're going to take you inside and why Tornado Alley is the crosshairs for when powerful tornadoes form and why. Our Jim Cantori digs deeper to show you why.
All right, in the meantime, let's take you to our nation's capital. Speaking of the Memorial Day weekend coming up, I'm sure a lot of activities will take place in D.C. Right now, we do have fair skies in the area. Temperatures, for the most part, in the 70s. It's a little windy, but what's a little gentle breeze?
Something entirely new is being built into Bounty. Dawn. New Bounty with Dawn. Just rinse and ring. So you can blast right through tough messes and pick up more.
Oh, aren't we clever?
New Bounty with Dawn.
To you, they're more than just a pet, so protect them with Canine Advantix 2. Its broad-spectrum protection kills fleas, ticks, and mosquitoes, too. Canine Advantix 2, for the love of dog.
Can a protein originally found in a jellyfish improve your memory? Our scientists say yes. Researchers have discovered a protein that actually supports healthier brain function. It's the breakthrough in a supplement called Prevagen. As we age, we lose proteins that support our brain. Prevagen supplements these proteins and has been clinically shown to improve memory. It's safe and effective. For support of healthier brain function, a sharper mind, and clearer thinking, try Prevagen for yourself today.
There are no medals won for earning a living. It's just what you do for family. But it's hard to build a future if you can't see past today. That's why Walmart is investing in the most important part of our company, our people. Because a raise in pay raises us all.
What's up with your car?
Pretty sure it's possessed and out of warranty.
I'm going to cost you a fortune at the dealership, Cheryl. Well, at Midas, our experts will tell you what needs fixing now and what can wait. And they don't laugh at people. I'm sorry, Cheryl.
No, I'm not. I am not sorry at all. Get the Midas Touch maintenance package with oil change, tire rotation, and more. Use your Midas credit card and get a rebate of $20. Go to Midas.com to make an appointment. Trust the Midas Touch.
A message from the Pulaski Law Firm. A government study reports thousands of workers have been diagnosed with asbestos-related mesothelioma. To compensate those affected, asbestos trusts have been established with $30 billion in initial funding. You may be entitled to financial compensation without ever going to court. Act now. Call 1-800-950-MESO for a free consultation. If you've been diagnosed with mesothelioma, get the best care available. Then call us. Mesothelioma. Don't fight it alone.
Nice job, guys. And don't worry, this beauty will last and last because I'm the only paint primer in one with Easy Wash formula, which you may find pretty handy someday.
Olympic One paint with exclusive Easy Wash formula stands up to 1,500 scrubs. Olympic, simply done. Exclusively at Lowe's. This Memorial Day, stop by Lowe's and save $10 per gallon on Olympic's best paints and stains. Just another way Olympic makes it easy every step of the way.
Glad you're with us right here on AMHQ, the whole team.
Right, either go all in or just tap out.
Here we go. I told you, we're going to bust out of this drought.
As we say, keep watching with us this morning because we're all watching history happen together.
Currently in our area, 88 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, sun and clouds mixed. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 89. Tonight, partly cloudy, low 77. Winds southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Saturday, sunshine and clouds mixed. A stray thunderstorm is possible. High 86. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Cabins in the Woods. New season June 7th on the Weather Channel.
Tornado Alley. It's not small, it's big, and it's why we have more tornadoes here in the United States than anywhere else in the world.
Well, it's half past the hour. Thanks for joining us for Weather Center Live. I'm Vivian Brown.
And I'm Alexandra Steele. Well, the weather this week, both out there and in here, has been truly amazing. And that trend looks to really continue into the holiday weekend. All right. Of course, the flooding that has certainly been at the fore after the torrential rain. This is what Corpus Christi, Texas looked like after more than 4.5 inches of rain in 1 hour. 4.5 inches of rain in places in California, Las Vegas, Los Angeles, San Diego, 3 inches in the whole year. So can you imagine? This is the city's wettest month on record. All right, Viv, pinpoint where we could continue to see more.
All right, talk about Corpus Christi. It's along the southern coast here of Texas, so it's right about here in the zone that's painted in the red and the pink and the yellows, and that's indicating where we've had the soaking rains, anywhere from 5 to up to 18 inches of rain we've seen right across the Lone Star State of Texas. Now, we've been watching the Wichita River. It crested this morning. We said it would. This time yesterday, we were talking about the crest occurring this morning, and it has, and it crested at 21.3 feet, and that's a little shy of the all-time record crest. So water tables are running very high across Texas and Oklahoma as well. So Wichita Falls, look at this. Today, maybe less than 1/4 inch of rain, but tomorrow we will definitely make up for it because almost 3.5 inches, over 3.5 inches we're forecasting tomorrow in the Wichita Falls area. On Sunday, over 1/2 inch, just shy of that on Memorial Day, and maybe tapering off again a little bit on Tuesday. But until Tuesday, heavy amounts of rain expected again on already very saturated ground, so flooding will continue to be a problem. Alex?
Yeah, you know, that's really just an understatement. These numbers are so outlandish. I have so many numbers in my head I want to share with you. I mean, Norman, Oklahoma, Norman and one other city in Texas, 20 inches for the month, broke that as of this morning. All of last year in Dallas, Texas, all of the year only had 20 inches of rain. So, I mean, some of these numbers are staggering. 4 inches in an hour. All right, so with all of that, why, right? Why is this pattern setting up? All right, well, here's this really very strong upper level low. This is really the main juice for the severe threat we're going to see through the weekend. That will come eastward and then do its thing. All right, also, of course, so there's the upper level low. Here's where the jet's going. But also there's another disturbance a little bit farther eastward, this cold core system. And then, of course, what we've got here, there's a stationary front. And in South Texas, we've got those storms coming up, similarly to a place where we had them yesterday around Victoria, Texas. If you were there, you know you had tornado warnings there. So thunderstorm forecast for today, winds, hail, isolated tornadoes. Denver, here's where the most severe weather is and the greatest threat, and that is along the dry line. Now, if you've been watching, you certainly know all these terms really well. This is really the difference between the warm, moist air and the cooler, drier air, and that differential in dew points. So here's a look at where the thunder, the lightning, and the storms are right again over the Red River. We've seen it. And these same areas, of course, Oklahoma and Texas, just continue to get pounded. Wichita Falls, all of this putting Wichita Falls on the map, all of these places. All right, so Oklahoma City, there we go. Tulsa as well. This is where the flood alerts are. Flash flood watches posted, meaning, of course, conditions are favorable for flooding to happen, and we've certainly seen it, right? It's imminent, and it's happening for many areas. All right, this is the high-resolution future radar. This is going to walk you through the time. This is Central Time. So where we're going to see these storms kind of erupt later with the heating of the day, and that's what we're going to see. You can see by 1:30, Roswell, Midland, Lubbock. So the same area, the Southern Plains. They've got the moisture there. They kind of have all those ingredients coming together, the fronts, the dry line, it's all there, and I continue to see that through the afternoon. So, and again, we're going to see that right through the weekend as well, Viv. So it's kind of, we keep saying the wet getting wetter. Like drought begets drought. This is what's happening here. We're going to see it. We'll talk more about it too. And the runoff that's happening, this water's going right to runoff, and that's a good thing.
All right. Thanks, Alex. Well, you know, most of us think of Memorial Day weekend summer. But if you live in Tornado Alley, you know right now is also the prime time for tornado-producing storms. Meteorologist Jim Cantore breaks down why it seems that year after year, America's midsection is the target region for the nation's tornado-making machine.
A couple of days ago, I was talking about how in the United States we get about 1,300 tornadoes a year. That's more than 10 times of any other country. And what makes it incredible in Tornado Alley, Sam, is this is where we get the big tornadoes. The EF3, EF4, and EF5s, which we find really more common here in the United States than really anywhere else in the world. So what makes up Tornado Alley? When you think about Tornado Alley, you think about a small alleyway between buildings. But really, depending on the time of the year, parts of Tornado Alley that you see shaded in red here become more active. So what are the two ingredients, the main ingredients you need for supercells, rotating thunderstorms that produce tornadoes? You need instability, heat and moisture, and you need shear, change in wind direction with height. We get both of these with a typical spring setup. So let's talk about this. Here comes all this warm, moist air out of the Gulf of Mexico back to meet that low pressure. Let's say it's in southeastern Colorado. We also have dry deserts in the southwest. So warm, hot air builds its way out into the plain states almost on a daily basis here. We talk about the dry line. This is where that sets up. So you have an area where this air can converge and come together and rise. Not only that, we have cold air aloft with troughs that help develop the surface low. So now you've got cold air aloft to help create this instability and get this air rising. And the whole key to this is, and I'm going to get down here and kind of show you this in a little bit more of a three-dimension, is this changing in wind direction with height with this particular setup. So you're bringing that warm, moist air north, you're bringing that cold air and that stronger wind aloft from the southwest. You see the scissoring that's going on here? Let's get into this because this is a crucial part of why we have such a big Tornado Alley. And basically, we talk about this a lot on the Weather Channel, this horizontal tube. Sometimes Forbes will grab a pencil and he'll roll it in his hand. That's exactly what's going on here. This is a classic look at deep layer shear. But how do you turn this tube up into the vertical? Well, as warm, hot air rises, you get a cumulonimbus. And that cumulonimbus entrains this shear and this horizontal tube into it. So now you've got a supercell, a rotating thunderstorm. And it doesn't always happen. In other words, you don't always get a tornado, but at least a supercell gives you a chance for one. And we have supercells that set up almost on a daily basis just about every spring. So again, as you can see, Tornado Alley is huge across the central, the southeastern United States. And the reason for that is because the way that we set up with our geography and the way that our spring patterns typically work here in the United States. Tornado Alley, it's not small, it's big. And it's why we have more tornadoes here in the United States than anywhere else in the world.
All right, all of the atmospheric ingredients coming together right in the middle of the country to create tornadoes, and that's why the middle of the country is Tornado Alley. Check out the month of May. Now, we just want to give you some tornado statistics. A 20-year average in the month of May. Now, we typically have about 277 tornadoes. The total last year was about 130 in the month of May, but the record for the month of May alone was set back in the year of 2003 when over 540 tornadoes formed. Alex?
With the most common being EF3s to 5s. Wow. So when rough weather strikes, you know, the push is on to rescue those in need, people or animals. Ahead, keeping our dogs protected when disaster strikes. Learn how first responders react to the needs of the not-so-human survivors of severe weather. Also ahead, we're doing a little detective work this Memorial Day weekend. The clues we're keeping an eye on to predict the summer weather.
Currently in our area, 88 degrees under partly cloudy skies. This afternoon, partly cloudy. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 88. Tonight, some clouds. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. Low 77. Saturday, partly cloudy skies. A stray thunderstorm is possible. High 86. Here's our 7-day outlook.
I've got plans, and this is my baby right now. So it's just not the right time to get pregnant. That's why I chose Skyla. Skyla is the small, flexible IUD that prevents pregnancy for up to 3 years. So for me, there are no daily pills or monthly refills. I got my Skyla placed in just a few minutes at my OBGYN's office. And if I want to try to get pregnant, I can get it removed whenever I want.
If you have a pelvic infection, get infections easily, or have certain cancers, don't use Skyla. Less than 1% of users get a serious infection called PID. If you have persistent pelvic or stomach pain, or if Skyla comes out, tell your doctor. Skyla may attach or go through the uterus and cause other problems. Pregnancy while using Skyla is uncommon, but can be life-threatening and may result in loss of pregnancy or fertility. Ovarian cysts may occur, but usually disappear. Bleeding and spotting may increase in the first 3 to 6 months and remain irregular. Periods over time usually become shorter, lighter, or may stop. Skyla does not protect against HIV or STDs.
Talk to your OBGYN about making the move to Skyla.
Check with your insurance to find out if you can get Skyla at no cost.
Let's do this. Let's move outdoors for the next few months. Let's build a kitchen under the clouds. A dining room with no walls, no ceiling. Let's put it all together. Then, let's get together. A lot. Let's do this. Earth Grow Mulch or Miracle Grow Garden Soil, your choice, just 4 for $10. The Home Depot. More saving, more doing.
Can't believe how good these Kevin Durant signature slushes are. Kev, show them how you dunk on a slush.
Yeah.
Waboosh!
Oh, is that it?
You really hang out with this guy?
Waboosh!
Up your game with the new Kevin Durant signature candy slush. This is how you Sonic.
They didn't join this team to win championships or become famous. They joined because there is important work to be done, and only some able to do it. They are brighter, better educated, led, and equipped than any team in history. They are doctors, lawyers, engineers, technologists, and combat troops, all prepared for whatever comes their way. You'll find them where the lights don't flash, and the only contract they sign is with themselves and their country. One day, they may be asked what they did to make a difference in this world, and they can respond, "I became a soldier."
What's this?
A box. It takes worn out things and makes them better. Want to see?
Yeah.
Cool. What else you got?
It's our biggest breakthrough yet. We're taking worn-out batteries and making them into something strong. New Energizer Eco Advanced, world's first long-lasting battery made with 4% recycled batteries.
Welcome back, Ford. It's great to see you.
Style is important to us, but it's important to him.
Morgan, his groomer, knows how to make him look good. Other dogs just admire
Doing
him.
this like you see dogs are like.
The doggy double take.
Pethood's better with a partner. Now you can book appointments with our groomers online at PetSmart.com.
Hi, everyone, and welcome back. It is Friday, the beginning of a holiday weekend, and we've got a lot of active weather, not only now, but especially later this afternoon and tonight. So here's the big picture. You can see the stationary front down here to the south. Again, that's where we've seen a lot of showers and storms developing right along south of Houston toward Victoria. This dry line, this is where, through Oklahoma and into Texas, where we're going to fire up some big-time storms later today and tomorrow. So here's a look at where the weather is now. Scattered showers and storms, and really, we've just begun to fight. We have no active weather, nothing really severe now, but certainly it does not bode well for later today and for the weekend.
All right, thanks very much, Alex. Well, as you know, tornadoes can rip apart entire communities in an instant, destroying property and changing lives. But as Maria LaRosa reports, the First Response Team of America knows all too well it's not only humans affected by severe weather.
His name is Rubble, and it's hard to believe that just a few months ago, he was rescued by the First Response Team from the wreckage of an EF3 tornado.
We found Rubble just minutes after we arrived in Mississippi. He had a lot of cuts and bruises on him. He didn't respond to any food, any water. He was completely in shock.
Lost dogs are something Tattagolia and his team have seen all too often in the aftermath of devastating tornadoes.
They're sniffing through the debris, they're walking up and down what's left of the streets, and they're just trying to find something that resembles home.
After a storm happens, the scent changes drastically, and depending on the severity of the event, familiar landmarks can actually be gone or in different places, and so it can become very confusing for a dog.
But it's a situation that can be avoided. Therapy dog handler Amy McCullough says including a pet in your tornado plan can make sure you emerge from the severe weather together.
Do a drill of going to the safe room. Who's going to grab the dog? Who's going to grab the cat? And actually practice putting your pets in the carrier so they're comfortable in them when it's time to actually go to that safe place.
Keeping a pet in that safe place during a tornado can actually benefit owners long after the storm has passed.
Research tells us that there are really physiological effects that pets have when we interact with them. Petting a dog can help lower your blood pressure, helps decrease stress and anxiety, can boost your mood.
The DuBois family from Washington, Illinois understand these healing qualities of pets better than most. After their home was shredded by a tornado, they feared the family cats had perished, but remarkably, the first response team found them alive in the debris.
When the cats first emerged from the rubble, it was just utter joy. You kind of forget that you're in the middle of a disaster and you're just overjoyed with the experience.
It was recharging. It was energizing. At that moment, my wife knew it was going to be okay. She realized I lost nothing. And that's when we moved forward.
And clearly Rubble has moved forward from his tornado ordeal. He has a new family in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and life, it seems, is a stroll in the park.
No, that's a nice story. All right, well, Memorial Day, of course, is the unofficial start of summer, but it raises the question, what will the season itself be like? Well, Dan Leonard with our sister company WSI says to look to the past for clues about what the summer may hold.
Obviously, the Southern Plains is probably a key target area for heavy rain continuing not only through June, but probably July and August as well. We found pretty strong correlations to show that when you have a wet May and June in the Texas area, it tends to promote cool, wet weather right through the rest of the summer. So there's a pretty good chance that areas like Dallas and Oklahoma City will have a cooler and wetter summer than normal.
All right, with all that moisture on the ground. So here's the big picture. Where are you watching us from? You want to pick your spot? Again, this is from our sister company, WSI. This is the summer outlook, meteorological summer, meaning June, July, and August, and showing you much below average temperatures. Again, because El Nino is a warming of the ocean Pacific and the equatorial Pacific, but that's just about 20% of the bigger picture of kind of what will transpire here. So they've got a lot of other things to keep an eye on to really kind of nail this down.
Yeah, but anyway, you slice it. I'm liking that forecast from WSI, below average even around the Atlanta area for summer season, because we know it can get hot over the deep south. Now, the eastern heat wave, that's what we're going to focus our attention on, because as we work our way into next week, all of that heat will build along the immediate eastern seaboard as we have the southerly winds coming in ahead of another surface front that will be pushing east. And look at this, afternoon highs will be running 5 to 15 degrees above average going through the weekend, the beginning of next week. Look at you, D.C., up to 92 degrees on Tuesday and much of the same on Wednesday. We'll even be flirting with some records. Stay with us.
Responding by storm, powered by Ram trucks. Guts, glory, Ram.
With the guts to stand apart. Join a league all their own.
Are you a man over 40 and feeling tired, losing muscle, have less romantic drive? Then you need Ageless Male, with an ingredient clinically shown to increase free testosterone levels. Ageless Male is now available at these fine retailers.
Time to sweat, boys. Big time. Let's get this thing right. This is my one shot.
Sometimes it takes a little kick in the rear end.
Got it, baby.
To get you going.
I have made fire!
Fat guys
Guys in the Woods. The new season starts June 7th, only on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 88 degrees under partly cloudy skies. This afternoon, partly cloudy. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 88. Tonight, some clouds. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. Low 77. Saturday, partly cloudy skies. A stray thunderstorm is possible. High 86. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Thompson's Water Seal Waterproofing Stain. The seal you can trust with stain and sealer in one and easy to choose colors. Exceptional beauty and protection have never been easier. Thompson's Water Seal Waterproofing Stain. Available at the Home Depot.
It's a beautiful day to use Thompson's Water Seal.
Are you sending your kids to school with an allergy medicine that may make them drowsy? Only Children's Claritin provides non-drowsy 24-hour allergy relief.
And it's the #1 pediatrician recommended non-drowsy brand.
In class and out, your kids can live Claritin Clear.
Think fixing your windshield's a big hassle? Not with Safelite. Just go to Safelite.com. Tell us where and when you need us, and we'll come fix it right away. With Safelite, it's that easy. That's another Safelite advantage.
Safelite Repair, Safelite Replace.
Take ZzzQuil and sleep like you haven't seen your bed in days. No, like you haven't seen a bed in weeks. ZzzQuil, the non-habit-forming sleep aid that helps you sleep easily and wake refreshed. Because sleep is a beautiful thing.
What average underwear feels like. What Duluth Trading Buck Naked underwear feels like. Duluth Trading Buck Naked underwear feels like wearing nothing at all. No pinch, no stink, no sweat. Get a pair only at DuluthTrading.com.
As the host of a popular home improvement show, I know a lot about finding a great contractor for home repairs and improvement projects. Now there's HomeAdvisor.com, a free service that matches your project to top local service professionals.
We didn't have to do any work other than say what we needed.
Just 1, 2, 3, I found my guy and everything was smooth.
And it's always free to use.
We've had nothing but fabulous every single time.
Go to HomeAdvisor.com now to get started on your next project.
HomeAdvisor. You totaled your brand new car. Nobody's hurt, but there will still be pain. It comes when your insurance company says they'll only pay 3/4 of what it takes to replace it. What are you supposed to do? Drive 3/4 of a car? Now, if you had Liberty Mutual new car replacement, you'd get your whole car back. I guess they don't want you driving around on 3 wheels. Smart.
New car replacement is just one of the features that comes standard with a base Liberty Mutual policy. And for drivers with accident forgiveness, rates won't go up due to your first accident. Learn more by calling 1-888-380-5644. Switch to Liberty Mutual and you could save up to $423. For a free quote today, call Liberty Mutual Insurance at 1-888-380-5644. See car insurance in a whole new light. Liberty Mutual Insurance.
It was right on top of us, and then it hit. And we took it to the edge, didn't give up.
Well, we love to show you just how amazing it is out there through amazing video like this. It's a solar halo. rainbow, and it appeared in the skies over Mexico City this week. The folks couldn't wait to capture what is actually an optical illusion. Now, millions of tiny ice crystals in the upper atmosphere split the light, and the reflection of the light from the ice creates the illusion of a rainbow around the sun. How cool is that? That's pretty cool, right, Alex?
Oh, I have that in my head all the time. I just live within that. That's what I'm happy all the time because I'm living around that rainbow. All right, let's talk about some severe weather, central storms. You know, we've seen it. So right now, we really haven't seen much severe weather as of yet this morning, expecting that later this afternoon, this evening, into tonight. So here are the ingredients for severe weather. We've got a really robust upper level low here. That's ingredient number one, right? This warm, moist air in place. This is the juice. You know, in our country, there's so many different kind of weather phenomenon that creates these microclimates, be it in California or here in Texas. And all this moisture is the juice for 20 inches of rain in Norman, Oklahoma this month alone. Places like California, places like, say, San Francisco, all year long only picked up 3.3 inches of rain because they don't have this. This is kind of that real juice, and it's that pool of water that kind of fuels everything. So the Torcon with that fuel available, and of course some shear, meaning spinning, and certainly as we head up into the atmosphere, winds coming in with different directions from height. 3, meaning a Torcon of 3 through the Central Plains, a 30% chance within a 50-mile radius in this area to have a tornado, and that's right along what's called the dry line, where the moisture and the dry air meet, and the dew points are different. That differentials the dry line, and that's where the potential for the most severe weather is, not only for today, tomorrow, and into Sunday as well. And Sunday's Torcon bullseye in the same areas, Viv, and also potentially some real big rainmakers with that threat as well.
All right, Alex, I have more proof that it's amazing out there. You know, we say it all the time. Check this out. Steaks grilling over lava. Yes, the idea surfaced from geologists at Syracuse University's Lava Project, which mixes art and science in a man-made volcano. And voila, it's the hottest barbecue in the world. The volcano-fueled grill can reach temperatures of 2,000 degrees. So, how does that compare to the grill you may fire up this holiday weekend? Our own Sam Champion has the answer in this hot edition of Brainstorm.
It's time to dust off the grill and get a start on summer, because grilling in warm weather is a lot more fun than grilling in the cold. But outdoor temperatures actually have very little bearing on flipping your perfect patty. Take Chicago. The temperature difference between January and late May is about 40 degrees. But because temperatures inside a closed grill can hit a whopping 550 degrees, the exterior temperature has a minimal impact. Look at this. The difference in temperature between a grill's interior and its exterior changes by just 9% from the dead of winter to Memorial Day. Wind, on the other hand, can affect your grilling success. Consider this. By cracking the grill lid open just a few inches to check on those burgers, you actually allow roughly 2 cubic feet of compressed heated air to escape in just a few seconds. Add an unnoticeable 2-mile-an-hour breeze, and that can speed up the escape time to about 1 second. And each time you lift the lid and all that heated air escapes, the grill needs to heat new air, extending your grilling time. So pull back on the burger checking, because if this Memorial Day weekend, backyard chefs across America peek under the lid 4 times per batch of burgers, an estimated total of 250 million cubic feet of hot air will be released into the atmosphere. That's enough to fly more than 2,000 hot air balloons. And now you...
Usual, be careful as you fire up the grill this weekend.
Currently in our area, 88 degrees with thunderstorms in the area. this afternoon, partly cloudy. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 88. Tonight, some clouds. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. Low 77. Saturday, partly cloudy skies. A stray thunderstorm is possible. High 86. Here's our 7-day outlook.